Miles, I think you guys were down 12 with about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Just what kind of helped you guys kind of regroup, regather, and what stood out to you about the way you closed? I think it was 16-4 to close that fourth quarter. Obviously some timely shots, but what impressed you most about the way the group responded facing such a deficit?
Yeah, they was killing us on the glass all night. So we really keyed in on just trying to limit them to one shot. Because our defense was pretty good, in the half court. They was getting out in transition, but our defense was good in the half court the whole game. So once we keyed in on just getting them one shot, I think that was the turning point.
I think you had maybe 10 points in overtime. Colin had a big shot in overtime. I mean, just as one of the vets on this team, in getting into that situation, you've got a couple rookies. Did you feel like this is kind of a time where, as one of the vets, I got to, take these guys and kind of finish this off?
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have got to overtime if it wasn't for Con. Con saved me. I missed that free throw. So Con got us there, but, that's when I had to reset. We lost a overtime game against the Milwaukee Bucks? Yeah, we lost a overtime game against the Bucks, and we wanted to, build off that and learn from that. So we came out with the same intensity we had in the fourth quarter.
Con was just in here. I told him that you said you saved his life, and he said that Miles overreacts sometimes. Can you
that was not an overreaction.
Can you talk about his, not shooting slump, but he was 2 of 16 the past 2 games, 4 of 7 tonight, has the biggest 3 for you guys. As a veteran on this team, kind of instilling in him to, stay confident in his shot and never waver.
Yeah, I mean, that's who he is as a player. Even when he was, going through his, shooting struggles, he had the same look on his face. You never seen any, desperation look or trying to force shots. He still played his game, and that's who Con is as a basketball player and as a person. He's always even killed.
As somebody knows, B. Miller and LaMelo the way you do, just those guys obviously are dealing with minutes restrictions right now. So for you guys to be able to not only win this game without them, but what's it like to have to I guess, help them through this right now, knowing they want to be out there in the court?
I mean, they were still with us, They played today. Just because they didn't shoot the ball as well, they were still out there, cheering us on as teammates. But, it's tough with the minute restriction because I had to deal with that last year when I hurt my knee. So it's tough getting in the rhythm. So kudos to those guys for, keeping their head and coming into work every day to do what they do.
And to win this game without them, I mean, obviously they helped you out, but to win it without them in the late fourth quarter and overtime, what does it say about you guys and your depth?
We're a resilient group, Colin stepped up, Sion stepped up. Defensively, offensively, they made the right play. So that's just our team.
You just mentioned Sion. What is it like to have a guy who's been in the NBA for a month taking on these major defensive assignments? Brandon Ingram for stretches tonight, Larry Markin a few weeks ago. What does it say about Sion and the type of basketball player he is that you guys can trust him to take these one-on-one matchups this early in his career?
Yeah, he's a dog, man. And people talking about people not making it to the league after, not going after their freshman year in college, and he's just showing everybody, proving everybody wrong. If you do multiple years in college, you could still make it to the NBA. So, if you're still in college and, you're past your freshman year, just look at Sion, look at these other guys that's producing in the league right now. It just shows maturity. He has a lot of maturity.
Miles, when LaMelo and Brandon, obviously aren't being allowed to go full go, and you still win, how does that help you guys down the road? Because that's obviously part of what the plan is with these guys.
Yeah, it is great to have them, but, like I said, they're dealing with minute restrictions right now. So we have a resilient group, and everybody stepped up today, and that's why it's a team game.
Can you talk about where you are in your career right now? You've 35 tonight. It seems like you're making quick decisions. You're getting to your spots. You're getting to places where you've seen success. Just how comfortable are you at this moment in your career?
Yeah, I've been here 7-8 years, so the game has really slowed down for me. It's slowed down for me since my 4th year in the league. So just having those guys and having our full team, Grant and Josh, but having our full team back has really helped, So they have to help off guys like Brandon, Melo, and Con. So it makes it easier for me to get to my spots. And the team trusts me, so it's been great for me.
Miles, you go through a 7-game skid and then you win the other night, but can this be the type of win that can you feel like that maybe can jumpstart you guys?
Yeah, because we know the feeling of winning. We know what it takes to win now. So we just have to apply that to every game. Every possession matters. Defense, offense, rebounding, everything matters, and we know that now. So it's no excuses.
Sat here on Wednesday after the loss to the Knicks and said that your season can go one of two ways. Won back-to-back games since then. What does that say about the overall resiliency and mindset of this group?
Shows a lot. We want to win. You would think us losing 7 games in a row, they're like, oh, they're tanking, they're this, they're that. But no, we want to win. We want to win now. And I feel like everybody feels that desperation, and we want to continue this winning streak and keep it going.